everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lucinda, this is Yellowchicroad. Thank you for clicking on the video. I have the ultimate Chanel bag, mini bag comparison for you all today. But before we jump into that, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click that button and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. I would love to have you join the fam. I do unboxings. I love sharing my purchases, my wish lists, and obviously love doing informative videos as well with you. So please make sure you join before you leave. So for those of you who checked out my last video, I unboxed this little beauty from the 21S collection. It is the mini rectangular with the top handle. And I thought it would be great to compare it to a classic mini rectangular. And then I thought, wouldn't it be also kind of great to compare it with the Coco Handle? So this Coco Handle is in what they used to refer to as the mini and is maybe now considered the small. In any case, it's the one with 6 quilts across the front. And I just kind of felt like if these two had a baby, it would be this guy. So I thought, let's compare them. Let's take some notes and maybe it'll help you guys if you were wanting to enter your foray into a Chanel mini bag, or if you're considering any one of these and you wanted to know whether it would be for you. I thought this could help. So let's just jump right in. So I thought I would start with the mini rectangular. This bag here is in the caviar leather. Now, this is not something that they've offered since the 18B season, but you can certainly get these in various tweeds seasonally, and you can also get them in the lambskin. You can buy the caviar on the pre-loved market. I know they're going for a crazy premium at the minute because everybody's wanting to get their hands on some caviar, but I just thought, given that we're comparing the 3 bags and they're all caviar, I thought I would use this little guy so you can get a direct comparison. But let's start off with dimensions because I think that's always really handy. So I've got my trusty tape measure. So lengthwise, it is, this one's got kind of like bulbousy sides. So it's about 20 centimeters to 21 if we want to include those sides. So that happens to be, I'll give you inches as well, it's about 8 inches. Then across the width, it's about 6.5 centimeters, which is 2.5 inches. And in terms of height, it's about 12 centimeters, which is about 4 3/4 inches. So the other all important is what is the strap drop, because I know this is a factor for a lot of people. Sometimes people find them too long, sometimes people find them just perfect, or they want it a bit longer. I know they kind of vary from season to season, but this one happens to be about 58 centimeters, which is about 22.5 inches. So that is this guy here in terms of dimensions, and what we'll do is we'll see what fits. So we'll open her up and then you'll observe with the mini rectangular, they are an all leather lining. So you've got a slip pocket, you've got a zipper pocket, and you've got the central compartment. And of course you've got the pocket on the back. So let's talk about what fits. So, I mean, the mini rectangular is certainly a handy little bag. You can fit a mini pochette in all its glory inside. This you can use as a catch-all for if you want to put, I don't know, present day necessities, I guess, will include hand sanitizer and a mask and maybe just some makeup and stuff. So you can put that in there. You need your keys. So that is a pochette clay with the keys. So in that goes, I might turn that to the side there. And you can get, so this is an iPhone 10. You can get that in there. And then you can probably pop in, I would say, a lipstick down the side as well. So that's pretty, you know, full and compact there. So as you can see, she's able to do up really easily. So of course, if you didn't want to take up so much space with the mini pochette, which is quite a sizable item, you could take that out and you could put like a little Bastia coin purse. You can put your AirPods, and then if you had another card holder that you wanted to pop in as an alternative to carrying the mini pochette, you can easily get all of those items in as well. So it packs a punch, the mini rectangular. There is very good reason why it is a popular bag and why people love it so much. So it definitely is something to add to the collection if you are really after a Chanel mini bag. So now let's assess the mini / small Coco Handle. As I said, this is the one with the 6 quilts across the front. It's probably the best way to gauge what size you're looking at with a Coco Handle. So just to give you an overall view, it has the flap with the turn lock. You've got the beautiful Mona Lisa pocket on the back. This one is indeed in caviar leather. I'm pretty sure the majority of Coco handles come in the caviar leather. You've got this fixed top handle, and you've got the chain strap that affixes to these little clips at the side. Clips, not a clip, little hooks at the side. And yes, that is sort of the overall view. It is more of a trapezoidal shape, so it's got a narrower entry to a wider bottom. So when I'm giving you the dimensions, I'll give you it at its widest point, I think might be the best way. So it is sitting across 23 centimeters, which is 9 inches. At its widest depth, it is 9 centimeters, so that's just a bit wider than the mini rectangular, and that is 3.5 inches. And in terms of height, not including the top handle, of course, it is approximately 14 centimeters, which is about 5.5 inches. So let's do the strap drop, because this is where it differs quite significantly. Let's see how long the drop is. So it's quite a difference. So this is approximately, let's just say 46 centimeters, which is 18 inches. So if you recall, you get about 10 centimeters more from a mini rectangular, give or take. And that means this, as you will see from the mod shots, cannot comfortably crossbody. Depends obviously on your stature, whether you are a bit shorter, but it technically does not crossbody comfortably at all. Now, if you look at a newer size that they have released, which is the extra mini, or what is now the mini Coco Handle, it does crossbody. I will, if I remember taking some photos when I tried it on. If I find those photos, I will include it. But basically, it is a lot smaller, and as I said, because it does narrow in at the top, I've really struggled to get my phone in, and I've only got an iPhone 10. It's not the Max, it's not the Plus, it's not one of the big guys, and it really struggled getting in. So it was something that I thought would be too much heartache to use, to be honest. So given that, let's see what fits. So let's examine what fits inside, and we'll use the same items that we used with the mini rectangular so we can gauge the difference between the two. So as you can see here, the opening is a lot more shallow in length than the base. So that's what I was trying to say. It's a bit more trapezoidal. The extra mini is tiny, tiny little opening, really hard to even get your hand in. So I think this is the better size regardless, even though the other one's super cute. So this one, just as a side note, this is a fabric lining because this is from the 20K collection. So from the 2020 winter collection, and they've just released all the Coco handles now with leather interior, all leather interior. So this one has fabric. Not that that changes the capacity whatsoever, but here we go. So we'll pop the mini pochette inside, so that does fit indeed. We'll put a phone inside. As you saw, I could get that in easily, and as I will stress, it really was so hard to get my phone into an extra mini. So keep that in mind if that's a bag that you are considering. So key clay, we'll put it in the back. So this has sections. You've got a front and back section, and you have a zippered pocket. Zippered pocket is really hard to get to because it is really right in the back there. So I don't think you'd use that as frequently as you probably would on some other bags. And then we can, of course, put in a lipstick down the side. So that's what I had put into the mini rectangular initially, and that is it all set. And again, does up very easily, perfectly, without any problems. So if we were to switch out the mini pochette, because while this is a great catch-all, it does take up a lot of space, but I know a lot of people use these, so I really wanted to show, and a lot of people are familiar with the size of these, so it's always good to show how they fit in certain bags. So we'll put the Hermes Bastia coin purse, another popular item that people love to use, and then I'll put the AirPods in there, and another card case. So in that, I've still got a bit of space in here that I could certainly put a few other things, or, you know, other little minor items that you might have. So you do have a bit of extra real estate in there to use. So in terms of internal space, this one outdoes the mini rectangular for sure. It's so beautiful. So as I mentioned, this is the newest edition and a new style for Chanel overall. It is essentially a mini rectangular flat bag with top handle. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory. And this too is in the caviar leather. So let's just get the dimensions to begin with. So again, you've got the flap, you've got the turn lock, and you've got the Mona Lisa smile pocket on the back. The only difference between this and the mini rectangular, obviously, apart from the top handle, is that the strap is attached to the top handle, much like with the Coco handle, but it is not removable. So this is a fixed strap. So let's just get the dimensions to begin with. So across, we have 20 centimeters, which is about nearly 8 inches, nearly. We have about 6.5 centimeters across, which is 2 3/4 inches. And as for height, we have, it is about 12 centimeters, which is 4 3/4 inches. So very, very similar to the mini rectangular in terms of size. And as I sort of, like when you put them side by side, they kind of look virtually the same. As you can sort of see, they're pretty identical in terms of the body of the bag. and in terms of their dimensions. And as I said, there are, I know with the mini rectangular, depending on the kind of leather and depending on even the puffiness of quilts and things, you might get slight variations, but this should give you a pretty good idea on how they compare side by side. So let's do the strap length, or the strap drop, which is the all important number, because that is what you're working with in terms of where it can sit on the body. And this here is 57 centimeters. Yeah, which is virtually the same. So it's like 22.5 inches, nearly 22.5 inches. So that is that there for you. So what we'll do is we'll dive in, we'll have a look at what it fits. So given the dimensions are just truly pretty much the same between this and the mini rectangular, you would only assume that it would fit virtually exactly the same inside. So just to give you a close in, this has an all leather interior. You've got the slip pocket and the zipper pocket, exactly the same as the mini rectangular. So it is truly pretty much an updated variation on the mini rectangular bag. Now, let's start with the mini pochette accessoire. In that goes. We'll put the pochette clay for our keys. I actually don't like putting keys in leather bags, in leather lined bags. I always get freaked out about the scratching. And then we've got iPhone 10. Why is this feeling a little squeezier? There we are. And lipstick. So let's just close her up. There is something about that feels slightly squeezier for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but there was just something about it that feels like I really just got those in. So maybe there is a very small difference. Maybe it was in the length ever so slightly between the mini rectangular and this. But yeah, this just definitely feels like it is super full. And yeah, so let's start. We'll take the mini pochette out. We'll keep the keys in there because we need to get places. Phone can go back in. Bastia, and this is really full, guys, so that is a proper, you know, representation of a Bastia coin purse. And then card holder, which is like, I would never do that. I feel like it's squishing things, so I would kind of can that idea and just keep it with these. So I really think the interior of this is slightly smaller, go figure, than the mini rectangular. Let me do that up. So that is, yeah, that is virtually, that's everything that I've been putting in the previous two bags, so in the Coco Handle and in the mini rectangular, but without the card holder. So this is a flat card holder. Yes, it's a little bit more puffy than some of the other card holders you can get, but I just thought we need to know what these fit, and this guy would have been too much of a tight squeeze in my humble opinion. So what we'll do now is we'll look at mod shots and then we'll come back for price comparison and discussion. So guys, let's talk all important price, because truly there is not much between them at all. So let's start from here. So the Coco Handle in this size, and again, I'll stress they are now an all leather bag, so they have the leather interior. These retail for $6,290. Moving right along, we have the mini rectangular. So again, not in caviar from boutiques, but definitely in various lambskin colors from season to season. So this one presently retails for 6,250 Australian dollars. Now, if you want to buy a caviar one pre-loved, they can go for, I've seen them for like 7,000, 7,500 Australian dollars, like stupid crazy money, because back then they would have retailed for about, I think at most like 4,000-ish. And again, Australian dollars, so people are taking good advantage, like crazy advantage of people's want for a caviar. But we're just comparing present day retail right now. And then this new little one here, this one here retails for 6,300 Australian. So the difference between these two is $10. The difference between these two is $50. The difference between these two is $40. Math skills. So they are very much the same kind of price. Like nobody's going to choose one or the other based on price. It really comes down to what aesthetics you like, whether, as you saw, this one does not crossbody, so whether you want something that does crossbody, whether you're happy for the, I guess, the top handle and all of this to be a fixed option, whereas this one you can remove the longer strap. The other thing a lot of people were saying was, oh, well, this one, the strap is not the same, like, thickness as the classic rectangular strap. So as you can probably see if I hold them up, the new one here, the mini flap with top handle, is a lot thinner than the classic mini rectangular flap. However, if you compare that to the Coco Handle strap, this is getting very entangled, they are literally the same width. So it's not like it's super thin in any way. People are perfectly happy with the strap width when it comes to the Coco Handle, so it shouldn't really be a huge deciding factor or issue when it comes with the top handle mini rectangular. So that's also the differences there. As you can probably see between the three, these are all caviar leather, all very different. So the grains, the luster, the size of the caviar is very different from season to season. So I guess that's a nice thing with Chanel, is that they always offer just something new and fresh. And even with the classic flaps, you can get different variations in the caviar from season to season. Even if it is the most timeless black with gold hardware, the caviars do change from season to season. So I really do recommend sticking it out and waiting for one that you really love, truly, because these are not a short chunk of change. Like, it's a lot of money to be spending on a bag, so you want to be buying something you're A, going to use, and B, going to truly love. And these are very timeless pieces in my opinion, so it is something that you want to get right, because you want to have it for, like, I don't know, ever, like forever. If you're like me, you just want to keep them all forever. So guys, I really would love to know your thoughts on these bags. Which is your favorite? Which do you think is the best buy? Anybody out there that has a couple that wants to add a third, would love to know. And also, I would love to hear any suggestions for videos. Is there anything you'd like to see me do? Or if there are Any other bag comparisons you'd like to see, I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.